Hi guys, good morning. Thank you for the birthday wishes, Red. Appreciate it. So, I don't know what we're doing today. I think I'm just gonna start out by fixing this bug that we ran into last stream, and then I don't know. We'll see where the day takes us, I guess. So, yeah. I've had a good birthday so far. I was woken up twice this morning at like 7 and then like 8 a.m. to be like by phone calls, people trying to call me telling me happy birthday, and I'm just like, why would you do this? It's not very nice. I didn't answer the phone. I just ignored them both, and I haven't called them back yet either. And then I was late for stream because I decided that I would open my gifts from Jana first, so I wouldn't be excited at any of the stream early, so I can go open gifts. So, got that out of the way. So I wonder what we have done. I guess all this can be deleted. I don't really know what it's there for, but... And this too. So we're doing some cleanup real quick. I hear a Quinn. Cinnamon roll.
Happy birthday!
Thanks. Oh, I love you. You tell me happy birthday?
I think so. Just want your food.
You want a bite?
Oh, we'll get you some. Yeah, let's go get some.
You have your own downstairs?
What was that sound?
That's my new chat notification. We're very good.
Oh.
Message. It's kind of annoying. I might change it. I don't know if anyone else can hear it either.
Hi, Red.
But it's pretty much just me and Red hanging out today, so.
Oh, I'm gonna jump on. I'm just trying to get everyone working. Why are you smacking him? Nose. Nice. Okay, let's go.
I love you. Bye. I have food to eat. It looks delicious. It has a ton of icing on it. Mmm. That was a very not authentic sounding but it's actually really good. So, after the cake, just between you and me, and the one YouTube viewer, what's the plan for today? Cake. It says cinnamon roll. Do you guys not have cinnamon rolls? What's up, golfer? 28 years old, never looked so good. Thank you. Appreciate that. We can pretend like I'm still 28. I'll take that. Just getting a little bit of gray hair for the first time in my life. Didn't see it properly, no clue. Is that whipped cream? No, not whipped cream. What's the plan for today? I don't know yet. I want to fix that bug we ran into on Tuesday. I don't remember if you were here for that. There's a bug where when you do damage, or when you roll high enough to do damage, sometimes it doesn't do damage. And sometimes if you roll too low to do damage, you don't take damage. So we're gonna fix that. Um, and then once that's fixed, then I don't know what the plan is. I don't want to do something fun today, but I don't know what to do. If you guys have ideas, feel free to throw them out. I thought about maybe doing some, I don't know, game design document work or something for the next big game, just because like that's fun to talk about. But I don't know what there is left to do and what we should talk about. I don't know, and I don't know how much I want to spoil. I don't know if I want to reveal the game at all yet, but maybe. Add a completely new system. I'm fine with that because right now we still need more content. We could do Jana wanted so we have a fishing spot in the game, and so she was asking if you have to have a fishing rod to use it, and I said no, but I was thinking about how we could implement that. And maybe we could do like a, when you hover over it, pops up and shows like a fishing rod and then shows like an X or a check mark, or maybe it just doesn't show, it'll just show like a fishing rod and then X, and if you don't have the fishing rod, and if you do have it, then it'll just show the regular challenge. And maybe it'll show like the fishing rod instead of no, that it still needs to show craftsmanship. I don't know. We could build that pretty easy. That was my next idea, was to work on the level. I don't know what handle event ID does, but it looks like there's nothing on here, so. Oh yes, same as music. I need to put more tracks in my streaming playlist, because it's like, I mean, it's like 60 tracks, but they're like from 3 different games, so it's very obvious when they come in. Oh yeah. I remembered that after I turned on the... Oh, hang on. Blink. That's off-center now for some reason. Okay. There we go. Birthday stuff. Thanks, Myru. Sorry, I'm just stuffing my face. We're only rolling one place or one time in here. I was thinking maybe we were just getting this random integer in 2 different places without caching it, but we're not. So wherever this roll challenge is happening, probably back here. This roll die is fake. This is just like showing the picture of the die rolling, and it even puts in what it should roll, so it just like spins and shows that number. This is the actual like roll that actually happens. So let's put a breakpoint here. This is going to be difficult because I guess you don't need that anymore. It's gonna be difficult because this only like doesn't work sometimes. And I need to check it in this level. So let's speed run through this really quick and unlock that level. Okay. Any special plans? You eating cake, pie, birthday donut? It is a birthday sweet roll. This is we're basically just in Fallout right now. And I don't think we have any special plans yet. Oh, well, I don't remember what the challenge is, but that's fine. We're gonna roll it. We do have a can attempt challenge right here, so we could maybe tie into that. Maybe instead of maybe we have like a reason that outputs or whatever, and we'll look for an item. Okay, we rolled a 1. Bonus was a 1. Total was a 2. On a D4. That all checks out. Wait 2 seconds. Let's hit play again. Okay, we failed and we took damage. So everything worked as expected there. Let's turn off. I'm going to take off my hood so we have a higher chance of failing again. Rolled a 4. Bonus 0. Hit play. Okay, nothing happened. Damn it. That was stupid. Shouldn't have hit play. We should have done a breakpoint here. Because it worked that time and we didn't see what happened. Okay, well we know we rolled a 4, which meant this should have succeeded. So let's say it did succeed. If max health is greater than 1. Oh, maybe this is the problem, is that their health is not greater than 1. No, it's 2. They should have taken damage. That's greater than 0. They have damage called damage dealt. Reset challenge. We are playing a sound effect, but not that one. Alright, I guess we'll just have to test it again. Let's actually reset the level so we can fight her again, maybe? I feel like we should just test this with bees. It's just way more prominent with bees. We rolled a 1, 0 bonus. Okay, so we should fail here. Right, this should be false. Yep. Okay. Okay. Failed. Played sound effect. Delay 0.2 seconds. Reset challenge. Change health. Okay, I took damage. Try again. Okay, we succeeded this time. We rolled a 4. Bonus 0. This is the exact same thing that just happened last time. So we hit play. Okay, we succeeded. They have more than 1 health left. Let's take damage. So their health is 2. We minus 1. Max health is 2. Okay, we're clamping it to 1. Maybe this is the problem, is that, oh, you know what's probably happening? I see what's happening. She has 2 health. Okay, So this is what's happening. It doesn't show her health because she's not an enemy, but she still has 2 health. So the first time it actually does do damage and works correctly, we have to do it twice. That's why this is breaking. We solved it. Is that the village? Yep. Okay, so that's what's wrong. I'll do one of these at a time. Okay, hold on. Let's just go code this. I think I don't think we have like an init, but that's, yeah, we do. If health is less than or equal to 1, we hide the health bar, but we're actually doing this somewhere else as well. What we need to do is we should probably just get this. I mean, we're setting our health here, so we need to do that, but we should set our max health. Okay, we're gonna get our challenge to break. I'm gonna finish my food so I can put this aside. I'm speed eating now. I didn't pull your changes down, I forgot. Okay. If this is equal to combat, I think either way we probably want to set the health. Let's just do this first. Well, I guess we do this afterward. Let's do a select here. If it's combat, then we set it to our max health. If it's not, we just set it to 1. That way, no matter what, we don't have to worry about this thing being stupid. But then I think we're still going to show max health though. There's probably a better way to do this, but this is fine. Then we don't need this one. We'll just set this one to max health. So if this is going to be a combat, then we care about the max health. Otherwise, the max health just gets set to 1, and then we immediately hide it if it's less than or equal to 1. Now it doesn't matter what we put their health at unless they're combat related, then it won't matter. So now when we see the sheep's health, no matter what, we should be get rid of this and this, and I guarantee it works now. Oh, got that bug stuck on the screen. That one worked. 3 worked. 4 worked. Okay. 2. I took damage. Wasn't high enough roll. 2 again. Great. 4. Peter. Good. Cool. Alright, that's that. We did it. Let's go double check with the bees really quick, make sure they're working too. I think I missed my allergy pill yesterday. Damn. Bees. I can't beat them. Oh yeah, I can. But I'm dead. It worked. Cool. Okay. Save. It doesn't matter. I don't need to check that out. I'll just skip it. Okay. Spoopy music. Sorry, I don't know what it was. What's up, Brandon? Will all of the levels have been changed? No, it'll just change in the code, so it'll just override anything you put in for the challenge. So, in fact, I will put in. It doesn't matter. Okay, cool. What else we're gonna do? We could work on Jana's level she set up yesterday, or what we could do, this sounds like more fun because it's programming, is let's go in and let's add a condition to our challenge. Oh, sorry, I'm ignoring YouTube. Sorry. Hey, Phil. Been watching your vids for quite a while. Happy birthday. Thank you. Sorry. I don't know how I forget YouTube every time. I was here alone when I joined. I was saying I checked out all the levels, so they're all changed. Got it. Sorry, was there an ad to switch to YouTube? My bad. So, yeah, what we want to do is let's open up our other challenge. The widget. We have a widget switcher here that switches between the quest panel, the completed panel. I don't think this is quest, right? This is just challenge now, but still. We should make another one. Let's just, I want to just duplicate the completed one. We're going to call this requirement panel. Which had to add, yeah, fair enough. Okay, so we are, the challenge is complete, we're switching it to 1, which is fine. Otherwise, we switch it to 0, which is the not complete challenge, but we want one more condition on this first, which we need to set in here. We're going to do item requirement. This is an item object. We're going to put it up above the challenge section. Okay. Actually, sorry, this is a Boolean, my bad. This I think when we kind of need to check this though in here, because we could technically, no, I don't think there's a time where we can we can reset the challenge, but I don't think there's a way to have multiple challenges, meaning I don't think we need, yeah, it should be fine. Okay, so let's do this instead. Okay, if challenge is complete, this goes to 1. No, yeah, this goes to 1. False, it will go to, if we have the required item, it will go to 0, and if not, we go to 2. Okay, that should be it, and then we just need to pipe in that has required item. Oh yeah, we also need to, oh damn it. We probably need to actually this is annoying. Okay, let's just, because we need to be able to show the item, we need to get the item's information. So let's just do this as the required item. And we'll just do this and do is valid. This is valid, then this will be a 2. Well, no, we don't want that either. We want is valid and if we have it. If it's valid and we don't, okay, if it's valid and we have it, then this is a 0. If it's this should be an OR. How are we checking to see if we have items available in the quest? Can complete quest. Find active quest. Check inventory. We need this though. Okay, so this is valid, and we'll just do a branch here. We'll simplify this a little bit. Then we'll do our widget switcher here, another one down here. And now we can just put this into here. You don't need the switcher here. I'm just trying to wrap my head around how we're doing this. Okay, so we check the inventory for that. If we have it, then we're going to set our active widget here to 0. If we don't have it, we need to set it to whether the challenge is complete or not. No, this is the other way around. If this is not valid, we want to go into here. Okay, and then this one is just if we don't have the items. This just goes to 2. Okay, that's better. I was really overcomplicating that. Oh. Okay. That's better. That should be working. It's messy, but it should work. Now we just need to set up the item. So, oh, I guess we should probably switch this afterward then. So we need to do back designer. Slot, not reward, it's going to be slot required. it going to be an X? Do I not have an X? Oh, it goes right there. Every one of these things just pops up anyway because it has texture in the name, so just searching for X doesn't do anything. That's great. Make it red. Good enough. Okay. So slot required needs to be updated. Okay, that should work. So now let's go into our village, I guess, and let's just throw a... We can just open our fishing spot, actually. And go to our challenge. Requirement. Fishing rod. Let me throw a fishing spot in here. Uh-oh. There it is. Let me hit play. I do not have a fishing rod. That should not. That's not working. Oh, I know why. Okay, it's because in the challenge, when we open up that widget, where is that happening? Update challenge, widget reference. Right here. Required item. Okay, so we probably want to hide that. I mean, it's working, but we want to hide the challenge probably on it. So challenge complete. Maybe we just do a Boolean here that we turn on and off. I don't know, maybe. This just seems like the easiest, simplest way to do this rather than refactoring how that one already works. And we'll just set it off up here, I guess. Alright, that did it. Unfortunately, the fishing rod doesn't really look like a fishing rod, but that's okay. Maybe we'll just make a new icon for it. Good job, Red. Thanks for banning the person. Anyway, what's up, Hunidian? Thank you for the birthday wishes. Epic music. Interesting that YouTube says viewer for viewers. Quickly switch to what? Yeah, I don't know. Kindred, a question. Have you and Jana started developing the other phases for Seeking Adventure? I really want to play this game. What do you mean by the other phases? Just like, yeah, well, I mean, I guess you just mean like what's next for after the demo? Yes and no. But yes. Yeah, the game will launch in 1.0. We're not doing early access, so you won't be able to play it until it's completely finished. But yeah, we are making progress toward that. We're just right now it's mostly just working on levels, but I'm also just adding in features that we oh, you know what, I bet you can still click this. Yeah, you can still attempt the challenge. Okay, that's a problem, so that's interesting. Need one more and. Actually, let's not do one more and. Let's do, if those are all good, then we'll do one more Boolean in here, I guess. I guess that's actually probably fine. And that one be a false. And then we want to shake it, I guess. So let's do that. Okay, then this check is going to be item requirement is valid first. If hang on, guys. Hi, sorry guys. This is my grandma calling with my aunt and my great grandma. Telling me happy birthday. Good evening. Hi, Animosity. Yes, it is my birthday. It's all we share birthdays? Is it your birthday too? I'm making the fishing mechanic modular because I could see me using other items that need specific tools. Yes, yep, very much modular. I want to dig piles and need a shovel. Yep, that works. It'll already work. Turned 30 today. Nice. You're 7 years behind me. Yeah, I turned 37 today, which it's still hard to believe that I am that old, and I don't like it. Not a fan. But it is nice that I have 38 and 39 ahead of me still before I hit the big old man number. That's horrifying. I can't even believe that I'm that old right now. Like, it's so weird. It's so weird to think about. I still feel like I'm like 20 years old. Okay, we need, how did we just do a second ago? This one. So we need these. Okay, is a required item. Now it should shake when we try to fish. We have no idea if it's shaking. Oh, it's shaking your health? Oh, that's why. Okay, we don't want to do that then. That checks out. Okay, if we don't have the health, interesting, this is going to be a problem. I didn't think about this. This just needs to be a separate check entirely as well. Also, I don't even like this check anyway. Leave that off. This is for like an event thing that we can give them, and then if they don't have that event, then they can't do the action. But like, there's literally no way for the player to know that that's why they can't do it, so it would just feel really bad, I think. He would just be like, why, like, okay, I can't do this thing, but why is it not working? Okay, we should have like an error sound effect though. Let's do this. Let's just do that. And then we'll do play sound effect here. It'd be nice if we could shake the widget, but I don't have an animation for that. I don't want to set it up right now. So I think this is obvious enough that you need that thing, right? If you knew that it was a fishing pole, anyway. We will make a new fishing pole thing. So it should be obvious when you're like, oh, okay, there's a pond here, but it requires a fishing rod to use. And then let's make sure it actually works. Let's go cheat ourselves in a fishing rod. right there. And now we have a fishing rod, so now it works. Cool. It works. I turned 30 last July, and I don't think I fully comprehended it. I still feel like I did in college. Yep. Same. Time flies by so fast. Yeah. It really does. It's wild. That's not an old man number, Janice says. I just, you know, you grow up your whole life like picturing what a 40-year-old looks like, you know, in a very negative light, and then you get close to that number and you're like, oh my god, why did I do this to myself? Like, I've created this stigma around a 40-year-old and like how it's such a negative thing to be 40. I don't know why. It just seems like it's not good to be 40, you know. Yeah, so anyway, Gianna, all challenges now. You can literally click on anything. Oh, I can't check that level. That's fine. You can literally click on any level. I'm actually going to remove this. Not that it matters, because I can't save this level anyway, because you've saved it. But let's go to your test level. Hey, David, thank you so much. 1 year away to 50. Well, now I feel better. Thank you. Just kidding. It's funny because like, I don't know. Like as you get older, you're just like, well, I still have so much time left. And like, you're also looking at like, I don't know, like the advancements in medicine and stuff like that. And like quality of life is going up and up and up for like, as you age now, which is nice. Because like, you know, 50, 60 years ago, a 40, 50-year-old would be like, that's definitely like old man. You know, I don't know. 40 is the new 20. Thank you, Mateus. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. That's right. Wait, did you equip the fishing rod or just in your? It just had to be my inventory. I can check if it's equipped though. I think it should just be in your inventory. I don't think it needs to be equipped. Do you? I think that would be difficult for players to figure out. Plus, they might have better weapons or better resources, whatever, that like give them bonuses. I like to think that it's just like equipment you just have on you. But you could even make it so it's not equipable if you want, Jana. It's just an item you just have. Like maybe it just has like a star on it or something. Or we could have like what if we had a star option here for like special items, and then that's where like your shovel would go, your fishing rod would go, and any of the other like items like that. I sort of feel like I don't think it should have to be equipped, because like the problem with that is it just means that we can't, like, all the challenges that require those things will have to be a specific. It'll always be that die roll, right? You'll never be able to have like a fishing spot that's like really hard. It'll always have to be a certain die roll. I mean, I guess you can have other gear that increases your craftsmanship or whatever, but I think it should just be like a special item. In fact, I think we should just take it out of the equipment section and just make it a special item that just like shows up in like a little star thing, just so you have like special items that like are permanent items you just have. And the reason I wanted in like a special like item slot is just because then you don't have to worry about players like thinking that it's taking up inventory space or whatever. So it is so nice though, like being on Twitch and seeing people who are like not just, you know, teenagers. It's just nice knowing that there's people of all ages on Twitch. Because sometimes I feel like I shouldn't be streaming at this age, and then I see other people who come in, they're like, oh no, I'm in my 40s or I'm in my 30s, whatever, and it's like, okay, cool. I'm not alone here, and it's not weird for me streaming on Twitch at this age. I think having a child makes that much more difficult. Like, or like, I think that like stigmatizes that even more. It's like having a child who's like growing up and like you're watching them go through like the whole, like they're learning new things, whatever. I don't know. What am I trying to say? They're like picking up on new phrases and like, I don't know, they're building their own like biases versus like adults and stuff. And so like what's cool to them or like what's like lame for an adult to do now is like you start seeing that and it's like, man, am I old and lame now? Is this not cool to do anymore? Are my skinny jeans out now? What's up, Talwi? Was wondering how Kindred Games is doing, so I'm happy to see you live and enjoying yourself. Yeah, we're doing good. I went through a bit of a, I don't want to say depression. I was a little depressed, but I was in like a pretty deep burnout for a while on Swords and Magic. So we decided to switch gears and try making something new for a while. And since I've done that, my mood is exponentially improved, and everything's just been much better. Except for our wallet. That's my bank account. That's not as good. But hopefully this game will do okay, and then we can make some money. So I've been getting a lot of I want to start posting more on YouTube and start growing our YouTube more, because it's been a while since we've been really like active on it. But we did post the devlog for this game, and I think I'm going to be posting a new devlog on it soon to talk about how Next Fest went, even though we're way late on that now. And I have another video that I just put together about a game jam we did, and we took second place in, and so I thought I'd make a video on that. And I just got the script finished and recorded, and now I'm just waiting for Jana to edit it. I need to put together a list of footage we need. Start getting some footage for it. So yeah, we'll have another video soon, and then I have a sponsored video that I will be putting together also soon. So there should be a few more videos coming out this month. Maybe 2 or 3 videos coming out this month. At least 2, maybe 3, maybe 4. Who knows? So I'm gonna try to start picking up the YouTube game again. I really do want to like start growing our subscribers again. When I started YouTube and I hit like 20,000 and 30,000, I was like, oh my god, I'm actually gonna be like, I'm gonna have like $100,000 subscriber like YouTube channel. This is gonna be crazy. And then I stopped like posting. Well, I mean, I didn't stop posting. I started slowing down, and then eventually kind of like stopped posting devlogs after a while. And then that number stopped growing and started falling. And I've lost like 2,000 or 3,000 subscribers since Swords and Magic was kind of in its heyday. And then for a while I was like, well, this sucks. Like, I guess that's over. But I want to start bringing it back. I don't think it's over yet. Whoa, now? What did I say? Well, now about having 3 videos out this month? No, I think we can do it. Because we need to make another devlog for Seeking Adventure. I want to talk about the new mechanics we're putting in and like new levels, how Next Fest went, etc. 4 videos this month, we'll see. We'll see. We'll do what we can. Okay, what else are we doing? Oh, I want to show you the challenge. So let's say, I don't think these can have challenges. Maybe they could, I don't know. If they don't right now, we could put them on there. Anyway, let's make this guy a challenge. So he could have an item requirement of gloves. Yeah, now why does it say item, armor, chest, gloves? There's chest cape, chest gloves, chest leather. What is okay, chest leather makes sense. It's a leather chest piece. But what does chest gloves mean? Did I make this? Let's just do a carrot. You guys have a carrot to beat him. He can even be combat, doesn't matter. Secret reward. First of all, I'm dead, so we're getting that shake first, which is not good. What is the sound effect it makes when you can't challenge because you're hurt? Then it just shows up. We could, I guess, put the icon on here if it required an item, but I don't think it's necessary. I think if you have the item, this should just show here. Maybe what we could do is, if you have the item, it shows the item, and then it like shows the item there. The check mark pops in, and then it flips and then shows the challenge. But that might get kind of tedious if you have to do the challenge multiple times, because every time you hover over it, it would do that again. Or we could do it like, maybe we could just do it like the first time. I don't know. Maybe it's, I don't know. It's probably not a big deal. I think just leave it how it is. The only problem with it like this is that you wouldn't know that it required an item if you hadn't already tried without the item. I love that this guy morphs into a different character when you hover over him. Okay, we'll leave it how it is then. But yeah, I want to show you that it will work. I feel like YouTube comments are so delayed to go live compared to Twitch. Yeah, YouTube messages, yeah. I don't know how delayed it is to showing up over here, sorry. So backward all the time. We're there. But I probably see it relatively quickly, maybe not. Okay. So we can attach, did we decide we could attach players or characters to this? I know we can do it like that, but yeah, it works. So we can put them on minecarts and stuff like you were asking. They don't switch directions. They won't like turn directions unless they're actually walking though. I was just trying to decide if we should change the duration. Like it's called move speed, but this is like how long it actually takes to get there. So if we put 1. It might be better if we just flip this so you like. You can just pick like, I don't know. Maybe like meters per second. I don't know. It's fine. Let's leave it alone. You want a minecart? I want to actually try to use Procreate to make some of the assets. So, but I don't have that. I don't have any way to do that yet on stream. So I'm not gonna do it today. But maybe when I get off stream, I will import one of these characters in and start making some assets in Procreate. I feel like it'd be much faster in there than trying to do it in Affinity. I'm guessing that that's like, I thought that these were vector art for a while because like the outlines are so crisp, but I think after playing with Procreate for a few days, I think I could definitely do this in there and it would look more in tune with the style. And I think even more fun to make. And if I can make art assets in Procreate, then I'll feel less guilty about not using it for sculpting as much right now. You should make the new level pretty. Okay, what's the new level called? Oh, I have to pull first. Okay, well, let's save. Can I read your thoughts on your post on this, or is it are there spoilers in here that you don't want chat to know about? I think that's everything I did. Okay, one lonely bandit, but he has a treasure map. If you kill him, he should be more hidden. The adventure on the right is continuing the quest from previous levels. He can wander all over. He then wants some meat, which gives you a cape. First armor available. Okay. The druid is looking for herbs. Unsure if herbs should be spread out or in clusters, maybe by rocks. The reward is a bandage, better than a small potion, but not as good as a large potion. Repeatable. So the bandage is going to be like meat then. I mean, it can just be another version of a potion. It's whatever. That's fine though. I like it. The halfling wants mushrooms and will give you a coin, not repeatable. This level, I didn't put trees everywhere. I know you switched to foliage, so I'll let you do that, but you had the tree checked out. It needs to drop 0.2 of the time a pine cone. There are small forest piles that you can search for mushrooms. Items for crystals, pinecone, herbs, mushrooms. Okay. The trail starts somewhere in the middle. There isn't a trail in the previous levels, so it needs a good starting point. I did under the mud, but maybe you have a better. Okay, we'll look at it. Needs new art. Okay. Okay, new level is called, hold on, you just told me what it was. Forest. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, these are like item herbs, and you want them to be. Are these supposed to be like herb bushes then? I'll make something for them. So these guys, Jana, how you have to fix these? And yeah, I don't love how these are laid out either, but is you go down here and you look for sorting, and then there's a sort priority which sets to 0. We just need to like -10, and it'll always be underneath. And now your board shouldn't go underneath it anymore. And I see what you're trying to do with these. Cute. And we need a new tree for this level. These trees should drop something. For pine cones. That guy gives you the thing again. Okay. Oh, let's fix this. This is something I meant to fix today. It's on my list. Oh, in fact. Fix the windmill. Need to fix the health potion items. I use an item that indicated 1 heart plus 1. It's a 3. Only 3 hearts, so it wasn't clear anyway. Yeah. Okay, let's go to our widget. Tooltip. Yes. I think in here is actually fine. I think it's just on the actual buff itself. We just need to go... Actually, hold on. Effect image. I think it's just on the item itself. So let's just go to like meat. Cooked meat. Yes, this has 2 consume effects. We just want food. No, yes. And it should just say 3. And then we need to go look at where that consumable effect is grabbed from. So this is going to be on the inventory slot. We should have a... This just needs to go away. Okay. Create inventory tooltip. I don't know. Consumable blocks. All right, and then this creates find references. Yes, this creates the thing. Okay, so right here. So all of these just need to be a heart then. I think we do this one. Full 120. Oh wait, yeah. So all three of these just give you the same thing now, so it really doesn't matter. We should actually just change this consumable effect thing to just have healing. I think we should just call this health. And then delete this one. And delete this one. And this is just going straight in here now. We're not doing that. Okay. So now, oh, that does mean we need to change all these though. Because now it says charisma. Damn it. So all of our consumables. Health 1. I'm going to save these all one time. Health 3 for the bandage, sure. Big potion is 4 health, got it. Focus strength. That's different. Carrot 1. Oh, health. Cooked meat 3 health. Small potion 2 health. Okay, got it. Errors everywhere. What? Oh, slot button. Got it. I know it's wrong. Slot button. We were binding some tooltip text. Remove binding. That was an old thing that we just never took out. Okay, now I'll look at +1, +3. That's what we're looking for. Great. Let's go cheat and some potions, cooked meat, apples, carrot. Already have. What else? Should mushrooms be edible? Probably not. Cool. That's a lot cleaner. Hey, Angel. Thanks so much for the birthday wishes. How you doing? Okay. Again, I'm gonna make these herb bushes and stuff in Procreate later on my tablet. I think I'm gonna try to set up to or set it up on a. I'm gonna find an app that I can use to set it up so I can stream drawing on my tablet, and maybe we'll do some drawing streams. Who knows? I'm a little nervous about it because I feel like I'm not. I don't know. I've never felt like confident with art, like drawing before. So we'll see how that goes. But maybe we'll try it. Anyway, didn't make the mushrooms edible. That's fine. They don't have to be. Yeah, I moved. Let's move this to done. I think I had it in to do. Oh, do you think we should swap? So, okay, so when we open our inventory, 90% of the time when you open your inventory, it's because you're going to consumables. Do you think we should just start on the consumables tab or put that at the beginning? I think we should. Or we just remember where it was at. What if we just do that? And then if you close it and open it again, it already does that. But it doesn't do that in between sessions and between levels. So I go back to the main menu. I have to go back to it again. We could also set up some hotkeys that wouldn't be necessary on like gamepad or anything. I guess they could be. So like maybe B opens your bag to this page for B, and then C for consumables, and then V for equipment. Just because they're next to each other, and V makes sense, I guess. It's like a sword. I don't know. I don't know if that's important, but. Or and stopped. What? That was weird. I'm trying to keep this level smaller, like we talked about, so we can shrink it a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I might shrink it a little bit. No, I think it's fine. This size is good. There's a lot going on in it, though, for a smaller level. Like, we could probably, like, take out, like, the mushroom guy and move him to the next level. Or the, one of these two should probably go to the next level. The mushroom, or I don't know which one it was. Probably the one that gives you the healing bandages. Should go to the next level. Or both, maybe. I don't know. No, I guess we need something in this level. What if we do, I know I should be decorating this level, but I don't know what to do with it yet, and I want to do all the art first before we get into it. What if the fishing rod, Jana, is given to you at a secret level? What if we added a secret level, like right here? Oh, why is this not working? Okay. Behind these trees. And it's like a pond. And then maybe from either of these levels you can unlock it, but you have to like click on the trees. I don't know what you'd click here. Maybe we could put something here that like stands out. We could have like a fish or something. That like pops out. I don't know. Any sort, excuse me, sorry. Any sort of movement on this level would be pretty obvious, because nothing moves on the scene. Maybe we should move these. Maybe they should like bounce or breathe. I'd love to sway the trees, but we put them in clusters. Plus, it's supposed to be a map. They really shouldn't be moving. But the levels would make sense because they're interactable. The adventure has to be here for balance. Yeah, that's fine. Hey, boss. Good things. How about you? I'm doing pretty good. Good birthday so far. I have no idea what our plans are for later today. But... So, what could we do? It'd be nice. Maybe we just have a pond here, and if you click it, then it like spawns a level. I don't know. And then I would like to like do like a dotted line, like a level or whatever that just like appears like do, and then like the level appears there. But I don't know what you would do to do that. But it'd be cool to like finish these levels, whatever, and then be able to like do something to like unlock a secret level. I love the idea of that, and I think it would add a lot to the game. But yeah, the question is, what do we do to unlock it? Do you guys have any ideas? Obviously, it should just be clicking on something, and it should probably require another level being unlocked first. This mountain right here looks like it has a little butt crack. And I can't unsee it. I keep seeing it everywhere now. I think it'd be cool if there was like a little fish that just hopped out of the water. If we just had it like spin or something. Or just like, we just animate, I don't know. We like hop it out of the water, and then it disappears, and then pops out again, and if you click it, that's what unlocks the level. Then maybe we could have like other levels later that are secret, where it's like, there's like a little character or something that like pops out from behind a bush or whatever, and you click them. Like behind this tree or whatever, or rock, it like pops out, and then it like goes back in or whatever, and if you see him and click him, then it'll unlock the level. I think that'd be kind of cool if it was like little animated things on the map. Maybe we just do like a pond. Maybe we just do like a little pond on the map or whatever. It's like kind of bigger, and then we'll put the level like in the middle of it. And then we could have like ripples on the water, and if you click the ripples when they're there, then that's what unlocks the level. Let's do it. So first of all, let's build a new one of these things. This is a road spline. Let's go browse to it. Let's just call it hidden level, I guess. And let's put one in. I'm gonna get rid of these trees. Oh, and the level, I guess. We're gonna put a pond there. Put some trees like So now I need a custom event on this called reveal. Actually, we should probably let's make an interface for this. Blueprint interface. Let's call this BPI secret level. Can I just secret? I don't know, that's fine. We should never have to like hide this, I don't think, but we'll add a function for it just in case. And then maybe we'll have like a condition that checks if it can be revealed. It's fine. We'll leave it for now. Okay, and now we need we're gonna need a list of revealed levels. Oh no, I guess it'll just be an unlocked level. Because we can reveal it and just make it locked, and then, or no, I guess we won't. We'll just, when we reveal it, we'll just add it to unlocked levels, and then we'll check that. So let's just do, oh, you know what? We don't need an interface for this then. This music is spoopy. This is Duskwood from World of Warcraft. This guy. Scary ambience. Yeah. It's funny, we both noticed that at the same time. My lemon lime drink is all gone. Let's close these. How do we want to do this? So we'll click an actor. It will trigger the reveal. So I guess we are gonna have to trigger the reveal. So we'll have we'll have like a revealing actor that like you click, and then when you click that, it reveals an actor, a bunch of actors in an array. And then it'll reveal those actors, and then it'll add that level to the map. And then on begin play, we'll check to see, we'll bind to loaded. So let's get player controller and cast to player controller. And we'll bind to loaded, finish loading. Okay, should have assigned that instead. That's okay. Hey, what's up, Matt? Thank you. Welcome in. Let's do... We should just be able to get the save data, because I believe this just got saved to it. So let's break this, and we'll get levels unlocked. Do contains. Nope. This is gonna be a level, but I want it to be The question is, how do I do this now? I think I can open this up. Simplify level names, what I need. Actually, this is saving. I think we need to check we're doing something differently. Game loaded. Yeah, this right here. So I don't need that. Okay, if this, then we want to reveal it right away. Okay. So now, revealing means we need to do like a wipe on a material. So let's figure out what material we have for the spline here. And we'll probably just, actually, let's just do set material. And then we will, actually, let's create dynamic material instance. And then we're going to do set we'll do fade in. We need to make this a do once. Actually, we should have an input on this. Or let's just do this. Let's just do an instant reveal. That just sets the material instantly. That way, we don't do the animation every single time we load back into the map. If we've already unlocked the level, we don't need to play the animation. This will just be when we reveal it the first time. That'll be fine. Okay, and then we just need to grab this dynamic material and do set parameter, probably scalar, value. We need like a 0 to 1 probably. I don't know how this is going to work yet because we build a material and I don't know how to do that yet. I'll just call this alpha and we'll probably just do a linear 0 to 1. One second. We could ease, I guess, maybe. Do we ease in and out? No, we'll just do it here. I'm a little worried about this because I think it's a repeating material now that I think about it. I'm a little worried that we actually need to go through like loop through each spline node, play the animation on the first one, and then switch to the next one, and then play that animation, then switch to the next node, and then play that animation. So like we reveal them one at a time like that. So I'm pretty sure if we just play a scalar parameter on the material, which is being looped, then it'll just like fade them all in at the same time, right? Like all of the sections will just fade in at the same time. A few streams ago, you talked about a game idea. I found your Reddit post about it. You did not. That is some impressive sleuthing, Animosity. How did you find it? Did you just find me on Reddit? And then read through all my posts. It's definitely evolved since then, but yes, that's the idea. The more I have been thinking about it, I actually went through, I was going through my Google Drive for something, and I was looking through my game like dev folder in there. So I was trying to find a place to like start sharing my art via from my tablet, so it's just easier to move things across, and I don't think Drive's the way to do it. But anyway, and in there I had a folder for that game, and I was like, wow, I don't remember making this folder. When was this from? And it's from 2021, and I have a game design document in there, and I basically had the exact same mechanics outlined in it that I already had that I redesigned just recently. And I was like, this is kind of crazy. I didn't realize that I've been planning this game for 4 years. And it's been older than that because it's been like when I was a kid, I was like thinking about this game when I read the book. Saw a post on Reddit on the Game Dev channel, thought the name looked familiar, checked post history, saw a bunch of complaining about the finals. That's what I knew it's you. Oh, yeah, that's me. Yeah, I need to keep in mind that Reddit is tied to my game dev like name account. So when I post more personal things, it's probably, yeah, probably need a second, not a throwaway account, but I just need like a personal account that isn't tied to my business. But anyway, yeah. What do you think of it? Is that something you'd be interested in? Let's ask GPT how it would go about doing this before we build it all and then find out it doesn't work. Not familiar with the franchise. Look up Mouse Guard. That would be a better indicator of sort of like what I'm going for, because that, like, if you just look at Redwall, I actually just finished reading Redwall again, and it's as good as I remember. But if you just look up Mouse Guard, it's a graphic novel. There's also a bunch of comics and art and stuff like that. But I feel like you get a better idea of like what I'm looking at if you just look that up. That'll give you a better overall like idea of what I'm trying to do. I have a spline component with a mesh. Repeating plane mesh. What if we hold on. What is this spline made up of again? I can't remember. Art, miscellaneous, non-miscellaneous. Art, environment, probably. I don't know. Bubble icons. Okay, so it's two. What if we just change this into one
bigger dotted line. Like we just delete one of these and center the other one. Scale it up a little bit, and then maybe scale the mesh down a little bit, or the UVs, whatever, so it looks about the same. And then we just add the meshes one at a time. So it's just like bloop, 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 and we'll just add the meshes so it like builds the trail, rather than doing it with material. Let's ask GPT first, hang on. Okay. Sometimes I write a whole paragraph out to just figure out what GPT wants. Or so GPT has the most information it has before it answers my question. You want the game to be in a similar art style or animals as main characters? It'll be animals. This is the most I've revealed about this game, so you guys are lucky it's my birthday and I can talk about this kind of stuff today. Yes. I don't want to reveal the name of the game yet, just because I don't want someone to swoop in and like buy the domain. I can get the domain for like 50 cents or whatever, because you know how that is when you first buy a domain. It's like 50 cents, then for every month, every like year after that, it's like, you know, $60. But I don't even know if we want a domain. I don't know. I just feel like owning the domain gives us like a little bit of like protection against like people trying to steal it or whatever. But I don't want to reveal the name because I don't want someone to come swoop in and take it. I really like the name. I guess I could find another alternative if we needed to, but I've searched everywhere and I don't see it. I haven't found anywhere else, and I don't want to reveal it anyway. But yeah, it would be a survival crafting game. Think Valheim, but it would be a hand-built world. I would just handcraft the world. So think Valheim in the Ark world, I guess, if you played Ark Survival Evolved. Their worlds are handcrafted, like they're hand created. They're not procedural. And Valheim is procedural. So think like more along the lines of like the gameplay of Valheim. Probably. There probably would be bosses, but they'd probably be more like world bosses, like how Swords of Magic does it, how you just discover like bosses in the world. But we would not have pre-built town. We might have, I don't know, maybe we'll see. We probably wouldn't have like pre-built towns. We would not have like NPCs with quests. The game would just be like survival crafting, exploration, like. And then the main focus of the game would be building up a settlement, or Redwall is their big thing. Redwall is an abbey, which is like a monastery kind of like thing. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, anyway. And so their like whole thing is like they're a peaceful abbey, and they welcome all creatures. And yeah, the whole world is like set in like a human scaled world. And Redwall's weird because like there are human objects like a hay cart, and there's like horses and stuff, and the horses don't talk. They're just regular animals. And then you have anthropomorphized animals like the mice, squirrels, badgers, moles, rats, and they all talk and like craft weapons and like build buildings and live their lives or whatever, and like have feasts and cook food and all that stuff. Like, I don't know, it's weird. By the domain, it's only a few dollars a year. Yeah, it's probably worth just buying just so I have it. Anyway, so the idea would be there'd be a huge focus on building up your abbey or your settlement or whatever. It doesn't have to be an abbey. It could be like a castle. It could be whatever. And it could also just be whatever you want it to be. And then similar to oh man, what's it called? Enshrouded, how you recruit like NPCs to live there, it would be like that, but there would be a lot more NPCs, I like to think, to make your like abbey or settlement or whatever feel way more lived in. Ideally, it would like the NPCs would be like walking around and like going about their lives and stuff in your settlement that you built for them, and then you have to like build them ideally like rooms to sleep in and everything. So you're like building this whole thing up, and it would be turned into almost like a colony sim game, wrapped in a survival game. Yeah, and then in Redwall, a big part of Redwall is like the food and like feasts that they do, and like they're always talking about like food and like describing and everything, and it's just like, I don't know, it's just a big part of it, and I really like that for some reason. I don't know. And Jana loves cooking systems, so I really want to like incorporate those two things in. So ideally you'd have like a whole cooking system where you harvest food or grow it, and if you grew food, like for example like wheat or whatever, you'd grow like a single wheat seed, right? And then it would grow into like a single stalk of wheat, and you'd have to cut the whole stalk down and harvest the wheat from the top, because it would be like human-sized like things. So like yeah. So like you grew like a pumpkin or whatever, it'd be like pretty huge. Like you probably wouldn't wait for it to like mature to a full-size pumpkin, or maybe in this world it's like changed enough that it's like manageable for these creatures. But yeah, like things would be much bigger. And then like you would use those ingredients to cook like entire like feasts, not just a single meal. But your feast would be made up of a bunch of meals, like dishes. So you like it, like the cooking system would probably be like based around like is like choosing which dishes you put in, which would then tell you which ingredients you need, and then you would like build a whole feast of like things you wanted, and each meal would have like certain stats, whatever, that it buffs, and then each NPC in your colony that you're going to feed would have like certain things that they want. So like let's say you have like a lumberjack that lives there, and so if you make a meal that like helps lumberjacking or whatever, or like wood chopping or whatever it would be, like maybe it's just some other random stat that doesn't necessarily pertain to that, maybe it's just like strength or something, or fortitude or something, who knows. Anyway, and then then they eat that meal from the feast, then they get like a boost of like fortitude or whatever that will like drain over time, and when they have that fortitude, then they can go out and chop wood, for example. So then like your wood supplies would like build up, and so you had to like keep your people fed and keep them like happy and stuff like that, and like build the things and decorate around stuff like that to keep them happy, so then they'll go do their jobs and then contribute to the place. So it wouldn't be like you're just on your own out there building like little shelters and like chopping down trees and doing everything. Like you'd be building up a whole like civilization of people, and then they would do a lot of work for you while you just go adventuring, and like then you get to decide how things get built. Like you would just be the leader. Anyway, absolutely love the idea. I've been obsessed with it for a while, and Jana and I've talked through a lot of it, so I keep waiting for Jana to pop up behind Kindred and backhand him for giving all these juicy details away. I love Majesty like mechanics for getting rid of dangers. I've never played Majesty, but it sounds like I need to. Getting rid of dangers around town. How does it work in Majesty? And isn't Majesty more of like a simulation game, like you're like a god game almost? Yeah, and you would play like I'm thinking as of right now, and this is we're very much in spoiler territory now, because I was gonna wait to reveal this stuff, but it's fine, because once we start making this, I also have another huge secret that I don't want to reveal yet about this game until there's like it's like a for sure thing and like whatever. But anyway, when I start making it, a lot of this stuff's gonna be made on stream, because I really want to like. My idea is like I really want to like capture that the hype that we did around Swords and Magic, where like Swords and Magic started getting bigger and bigger and people just started getting really excited about it. And I want to try to do the same thing with this game, because I think this is one of those games that like it's big enough that people will like rally again behind it, you know, and get excited about it. It's not like Seeking Adventure is cool and all, but I don't see a lot of people getting like super invested in it, because it's just sort of like there's not like a bunch of lore, and there's not like it's just not big enough to get people like excited about it, I think. So that's why I'm really excited about this one, because of the new one. Majesty is where you're the lord of a town and you build temples, camps, stuff for adventures. But do you play as like the lord running around in third person, or is it just like a click this thing? Like is it like UI based? You have to manage your towns by sending those hero parties to adventure out. They do adventures by themselves, but if you want to move them somewhere, you can entice them with reward flags. Okay, that's cool. Oh yeah, it's top down god game. Okay, yeah. No, that's fine. Yeah, so this would be okay. It sounds like I should play it though. It actually sounds really fun. I have some money on Steam. Maybe I'll get myself a birthday gift today and test it out. So you don't really move them directly, but need to make rewards high enough for them to be interested. If you let, okay, I'm reading my own promotional post. It's old but amazing. No, yeah, I've heard about it, and I think it's worth playing, even though it's older. Maybe it'll be on sale now, or maybe it'll be cheaper now. Yeah, I think something like that would be really cool. I don't know if I'd want other people adventuring. I like the idea that you're the one that's like adventuring, and everyone else is kind of like, not meek, but like they're just kind of like, no, these are our jobs, and you wouldn't. Maybe you recruit adventurers. I don't know. I don't know if maybe you'd recruit adventurers and they would just wander off and do their own thing, and you could do like rewards or something. Or maybe you like recruit guards and then you were the only adventurer. I don't know. What I don't want is I don't want to build a really complex combat system for AI that has to like follow you around and take orders and stuff, because that would just be difficult. I don't know. We could look into it, I guess, but yeah, in so ideally right now the playable characters would be Mouse. I'm thinking Frog or Toad. And I also want to add magic elements to it. I have a whole magic like system, like a couple different magic systems planned that I want to do, and I'm not sure if I'm going to just pick one of them or if I'm going to lean into both of them or all of them. There's 2 of them, I guess, technically. 3 of them, I guess. Yeah, 2. It's 2 of them, but one is a little more broad. Anyway, I don't know how we're going to do that yet, but I do want to do this more fantasy elements. Redwall has no fantasy, no magic. It's like all, which is weird because it's like they're critters, but like it's like realism. I don't know. But I really want magic, so because I love magic in games. So, but I want to do it in a different, more. I don't want to just be like, you unlocked a spell and now you can just like shoot spells, though that might be similar to how it works. Anyway, so I'm also thinking about a mushroom folk, because they would be the perfect size. So they wouldn't be like giant mushroom people. They'd be like regular sized mushroom people to match the mice. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. But yeah, we'll see. I saw a game on X about anthropomorphized animals a while back and had interesting style. I have one on my wish list that is similar to what I want to do, but personally I think it looks pretty janky. Don't look at how many hours I have in finals. Shh. 381 though. My wish list was not working yesterday. Let's see if Steam fixed it or if I did something wrong. Yeah. It's called, there's one called Sunderfolk that is coming out this month in 20 days, it looks like. But it's a real-time strategy game, and it has local co-op, and it's like, I think you can play from your phone. It looks really cool, and I'm gonna play it, but that's not the one I'm thinking of. The one I'm thinking of is, hold on, I'll find it. Hawthorne. This game looks cool. It definitely looks like Redwall. Like, you can definitely tell there's a lot of Redwall inspiration here. But it also looks kind of, I don't know. I don't love the art style. It looks kind of janky to me. I also don't like that everything is huge. Like why would you build? I don't know why you'd build a table that big if you're a mouse. Wouldn't you make a table that fit you as a mouse? I mean, they do have life-size like crops and everything, and they do grow. Sorry, music's probably too loud. I don't hate it. I would probably play it. It just looks a little janky to me. So it would be kind of similar to this, to be honest. Yeah, I knew this existed, but cool to have like names and stuff. Can't believe they put a trailer out with the default Unreal Engine Robotica or whatever it's called font as the name on the names of the characters. From former developers of Bethesda, BioWare, and Naughty Dog. Build a village of memorable NPCs, farm, craft, explore, and celebrate the seasons in an ever-changing world bigger than you. This is definitely going to be like direct competition, and that's going to be a problem. But I feel like this just doesn't feel super polished, and there's no combat. But like as far as I saw, right? Did you guys see any combat? I don't think I saw any combat. There will 1,000,000% be combat in our game. In fact, I want to go much darker with like the world and lore and everything this time, and there will be gods, which will be interesting, I think. This is something I wanted to completely avoid with Swords and Magic, and I want to do, but we're going to do with this one. But there's 100% going to be combat, and I want the combat to feel. I'm aiming for like Dark Souls. Like I really want it to feel like almost like Dark Souls, like really, like not really like difficult, but like punishing, I guess. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be a game that you're gonna need to play with friends if you're not good at combat, because it's gonna get really difficult. But I really do want it to be. I don't know. I want it to work in like a casual way, so you could play more casual. But if you want to do the combat thing, it's gonna be hard. I don't know. Competition is not necessarily bad, right? Validates the concept. Yep. Is this made by former Bethesda people? It is, but because they're just reusing old assets made for humans. Why do you say that? Yeah, direct competition for the new game. Yes. Maybe the lighting looks off. Yeah, I don't know what it is. There's something about it that looks kind of janky to me. I don't like the super, like it almost feels like they're trying to go like super realistic, but also it feels like it feels like like Skyrim realistic, right? Like it very much, like they must have an artist or something from like Skyrim or Oblivion or something, because it very much feels like Oblivion. I don't know. There's something about the scale that really bothers me too. Like the scale of the world is fine. It's the scale of those structures and stuff. Like I just don't know why they're building things to be like larger than the mice. It's confusing to me. The only thing I can think is because it looks like they have like stoats and like wheels and stuff. So maybe like they're building things at like the largest scale for the largest animal they have. But like even so, like I don't know. It feels weird that they're all like they're not human enough, I guess, is what I'm looking for. The mice in our game are going to be a little more human-like, and they will sit in chairs, like regular-sized chairs, and not stand on them. Because I don't know, what is the purpose of building a chair for a mouse if he's just going to stand on it? Why build legs on the chair? Right? A chair is built for sitting, so you can sit and relax. So I don't understand why you would even bother. Why would you take the time to? I don't know. Do you see what I'm saying? Like I don't like it. There's something weird about it that I'm just not a fan of. But you can definitely tell this is hugely Redwall inspired. Because like they even did the feast thing too, which tells me that that's how I know it's Redwall inspired. And 1,000,000% has to be Redwall inspired. But like even these mice, like they can't even pick up these mugs. Like I don't know. Missing a lot of polish for sure. Yeah. I don't know. This feels pretty lackluster to me. I like to think that mine would be more polished, but then again, I will not have a team of people from Naughty Dog and Bethesda and BioWare working on it. So if they can't polish and get it feeling like tighter than this, then what hope do I have? Who knows? We'll see what happens. Obviously, like in my head, it's gonna be way better, but I don't know. Maybe I'll buy the the domain soon, and then I can reveal the name. I want to like make sure I have, maybe I'll even like, because this, I don't know, this is kind of a dream project for me. This is way more of a dream project than Swords and Magic was. It kind of grew into one, but like this is definitely one of those things that I've been thinking about for a long time, and I want to make sure it's done the right way. And if someone swooped in and stole the name and like stole the project, then I'd be pretty upset. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, I turned my music back on, but then there we go. Those veteran devs won't commit unless investors are in. They're not desperate enough to get to work hard. I don't know if that's what it is, or if it's the fact that, and I've seen this a lot actually. This is weird. Let's talk about this. I don't know why this is, but I've seen this several times. Especially in Kickstarter projects. Maybe that was on Kickstarter. I think I might have seen the Kickstarter logo. But in Kickstarter projects, a lot of the time you'll see like brought to you by the devs of, BioWare or whatever. And I know that's just a huge like, oh yeah, well we're pros. We've done this before. So if you like any games made by BioWare or Bethesda, then this is going to be that level of game, and it gets people to back it. The problem is that I've seen, and I don't know, I don't get this, but like, just because the dev is AAA apparently doesn't necessarily mean that they can do indie, because I've seen a lot of games like that just look really lackluster and really kind of janky. And it makes me wonder if those devs, like maybe you had like a character artist or something who just spent the entire time working at Bethesda or whatever, making just character art or just making trees and rocks. I don't know. And then they come into the indie scene and then they're like, oh wait, I have to do more than just make trees and rocks. I don't know how to do any of this other stuff. And so the whole game starts looking really lackluster because they don't have their full 40, 50 person team like they're used to like lean on. And they don't have an art director pushing them, telling them, no, that's not good enough. You need to do this. And they don't have, like legitimate professional game designers who have done this for 20, 30 years, whatever, telling them, no, this is not going to be fun. Don't do this. Multiple hats to wear. And maybe that's all it is. I don't know, but I've seen this several times, especially with Kickstarter projects, where just because it's made by veterans from the industry does not necessarily mean that it's going to be the same polish or level of detail that you're used to in a AAA game. And it might not even be the same level or polish you're used to in an indie game, because you look at games like, I don't know, let's just use Valheim because we already talked about that. Like Valheim is extremely polished and extremely well done, and it feels really good to play, and it blew up and made tons of money. But like, I don't think anyone on that dev team worked in AAA before. Maybe they have, I don't know. I mean, I know they're published by Coffee Stain, so like they're at least AA. But like that doesn't necessarily, I don't know. I don't know. It just seems like AAA devs get into this thinking, let's go indie. And sure, they might succeed. I'm not saying they won't succeed. I'm not saying they don't know what they're doing. It's just, I think that they're biting off more than they can chew, or they're not understanding how much work it is to be indie and having to do all the things. Who knows? Also, those text renders that are slightly skewed, it needs more time in the oven. Oh yeah. Yeah, the text renders are, honestly, anyone using text renders to put a character's name over their head tells me that you are not experienced enough in Unreal Engine yet to be making or to be publishing a game. I couldn't imagine using text renders at all for like anything in game, really. I mean, maybe there's a use case for it, I don't know, but I would use a widget for like almost everything, because like you have so much more control over a widget, and like you can hide them when they get further away without popping them out and stuff. Like, I don't know. It adds credibility to potential financial backers, yes, but also has some price tag. I don't feel former AAA necessarily provides advantage over indie projects. It still could, but varies case by case. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think the only reason it's useful is for garnering support, and proving that you have some experience, I guess, which could be useful in Kickstarter and stuff. Because if you say, yeah, I worked on Skyrim, then it's like, oh well, shoot, if you worked on Skyrim, then you know what you're doing, and this is going to be a successful game, so I'll back it. When that's not necessarily true. But yeah, credibility. How's the wishlist count for Seeking Adventure? I have not checked in a couple weeks, actually. Let's go check, shall we? I'm opening it, sorry. Let's see, all history. We're at 1,746. Not bad. We need like, I want like 5,000 probably to launch. I don't know if we'll ever like actually get 5,000 unless we start doing some big promotions. And with Swords and Magic, we worked with a marketing company, and they highly recommended putting oh man, what's it called? Embargoes on all of our content. So we had an embargo on like tons of stuff, like tons of our all of our video content, all of our streams, stuff like that. Like no one could play the game publicly or stream it or share screenshots or anything about it until it launched. And so because of that, we didn't have like any wish lists going into it other than what we got from Kickstarter, which is actually pretty substantial. I think we had like 4,000 or 5,000 just from Kickstarter, which is really good. We're obviously not going to Kickstart this project. It's already well on its way to being finished. And we have lots more levels to make, but like the majority of it is done. like the content's done. The art is mostly made. Like everything is pretty much in. But yeah, I think this time around, when we start getting closer to launch, we're going to start sending out keys and everything and giving people access to the game early. And we might have an embargo, but that embargo will be like a few weeks before launch, maybe like 2 weeks before launch. So that way, when people start dropping content for it, people can start wishlisting it and getting hyped for launch. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. I do worry a little bit. I don't know. I worry a little bit about showing too much gameplay ahead of time for this game because it's pretty linear. You know, there's not really a lot of like procedural. There's no procedural content, and there's nothing like if you watch someone play through the whole game and play through every level, you going back through and playing through the game is going to be like very, very slightly different, if different at all. You know. Is there anything to update with respect to working with a potential publisher? I have not heard anything back yet, but I might send an email today. I'm gonna send an email out today and just make sure that they didn't forget that we existed. Just to follow up. There's a good chance that they're just not interested, which is fine, I guess. But yeah, anyway, it's kind of scary working on games like this because they're so linear. I had a game that had like hundreds and hundreds of YouTube videos made for it, and then it was played by Markiplier and Jacksepticeye, and it was like, holy shit, like this game is huge, like this is really blowing up, this is crazy, I didn't expect this. And it was a pay what you want because it was a Game Jam game, so I released it for free. And that was fine because I don't think it would have got nearly as much attention if I didn't release it for free. But the problem is that the game made like $12. Like over the course of like a year, it made like $12. And what I noticed is that tons of people watched the YouTube videos, and there were like more YouTube videos than there were downloads for the games. I mean, there weren't actually, but it was like close, right? It was like there were like, you know, maybe 1,000 downloads and probably like 100 and something YouTube videos. I don't know. There's a bunch. And I was like, why are like people, like there's so many people watching these YouTube videos? Like, I mean, Markiplier had like 1 million views. You know, Jacksepticeye had like, I don't know, tons of views. They had tons and tons of views on these. They probably wasn't 1 million. It was probably like, you know, a couple 100,000 though. It was a lot of views. And then I started thinking like, it's because it's a 10-minute game and there's like nothing extra. Like once you've seen the content, you've seen the content. Why would you want to play it again? Why would you want to download the game and play it yourself, even if it's free, if you've already seen it? Like there's no reason to download it. So that was kind of like an eye-opener for me, like realizing like, yeah, this is stupid. Obviously this is like, people aren't going to want to do this. And so I worry a little bit about this game doing that, because when you have linear content like that, you are not promoting, like people are not being promoted or like pushed or driven or they're not being motivated to buy the game if they can just watch someone else play through the whole thing. But I do feel like there's something zen about this game and something very really satisfying about just clicking things and like finding stuff, which is exactly why it's called. That's why it's in like the description of the game is click things, find stuff. That I do think people would buy, and I think there's enough content here that like you wouldn't be able to watch someone play through the whole thing in one session. So it'd be enough for you like to watch one session of someone play on stream or whatever in like a couple hours or whatever, and then be like, okay, I'm gonna buy this game because I want to keep playing and see what else there is. What timeline are you looking to be done with this game? We don't know yet. Personally, I feel like we could knock out a level every like 2 or 3 days, which would mean I don't know how many levels we have in here. These are not all these levels are planned. We could get rid of some and we'll add some more in. But there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because this is a new one. 7, 8. Okay, let me count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Did I do that right? 23 more levels to make. There's about 30 levels total, and we probably need some polish, and there might be a couple secret levels too. And some of these levels will be bigger than others, but we've decided we've kind of reshaped our design philosophy around the levels. Originally, it was just like we'll start really small levels, go bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until the end when it's like massive. But I don't think we're gonna do that now, because each level, like if it's too big, it's just gonna get overwhelming. Like it's already pretty overwhelming just opening up like this level and just seeing like tons of trees and stuff everywhere, and then trying to figure out like where you're supposed to start. And if we like 3 times that, I think it would just be like too daunting. Like it wouldn't be zen anymore, it would be like stressful. And I feel like that a little bit when I open up like a really big level in Hidden Folks too. So I want to like kind of avoid that. But so I think that the plan is when you get to a new biome, like for example, the farm biome starts really, really small. Like this little campfire, there's like 2 little things to do there and that's it. And then it gets a little bigger and then a little bigger, and then we get to do a new biome. So I think the plan is when you get to a new biome, it'll reset the size back down to the small one and like introduce any new mechanics that might be in that biome, and then get bigger and then bigger, and then you get to a new biome and it resets back down to smaller again. So it might drop the scope of the game a little bit, like it might make the game a little bit shorter, but I think that's fine because I think it's going to be a nice like refresher. And I think it'll also feel like a difficulty curve is like happening. Like you're like curving up in difficulty and it's like, oh my god, there's so much stuff to do in this level, and then you finish it and then you drop back down and it's like, oh, this is nice. Like this level only has a couple things to click or whatever, and then did that one, and then you move on again. Totally agreed on, wait, hold on. The game has been in development for a few months now and is only like 20% done. Yeah, like mechanically it's like 95% done. If like other than like there's like a handful of more things that I want to do. Like I want to build like a boss fight or something, and that's about all I really want to do, I think. Yeah, I think. Like I want to do the secret levels. We were talking about that for a while, so I want to add those in today. And then I don't know what else we need to add in. I'm sure we're gonna. There's like I want to do a couple of like puzzles. Like I want to do like click these in the right order or whatever or something. I don't know. Some puzzles that are like easily understood. Other than that, there's not a whole lot left to do mechanically speaking. So yeah, there's not a whole lot done. So I would say it is probably 20% done as far as like playability, but it's more like 70% done as far as like overall like done. Because we could technically just take the features we have right now and go through and fill out the whole game and be done. And like the thing about like Swords and Magic is like every time there's a new biome, I have to go make a new art, I have to make new items, I have to make all this stuff. 90% of that stuff is already done for us in this game because we're using asset packs. We're using an asset pack. So I barely have to add any extra art. Like Jana wants some custom stuff for the forest, so I'll make a couple pieces here and there. But it won't be like spending 2-3 weeks working on art like I do in Swords and Magic. So this is way easier to develop. The reason it's taken so long is because Jana started a new job. I have a side gig I've been working on, which sounds like it might be slowing down for a little while. So we'll see. So more development on this will pick up. And then just other things going on, so just like life stuff. So yeah, if we can more focus in on it more, it'll be going faster. But I've been pretty slow to work on it. Best is when it's fun to watch, but also fun to play. Like right now with Schedule 1, it's great in both ways. Right. Totally agree on avoiding super big maps, maybe saving it for like 1 to 2 special maps where the size serves a purpose. Yes. Many AAA games have over 70% of their levels or playable areas done in the last 20 to 30% of development duration, called the production phase. Yes, definitely. That's what we're looking at too. And I've noticed that too with like puzzle games and like platformers and stuff too. Like 90% of the development, 70% of development, or whatever, is just setting up all the systems and building all the stuff. And then you go through and say, okay, now go to town on level design. And that's kind of where we're at now. Like, I'm just giving Jana more and more tools to work with. And I like the way we're building it too, because like we just introduced like required items today, right? So now we can have certain locations that require an item before you can do that thing. And so it's like, as Jana like explores more about level design and like builds more interesting like ways to use the features, whatever, she's gonna find more places where it's like, it'd be really cool if we could do this thing, and then I can be like, yeah, we can do that thing, and then I'll just code it, and it takes an afternoon or whatever, and then we have a new feature, and then we can just introduce those as we go, rather like, yeah, we didn't plan out like every single feature before we started, so we didn't really know exactly how long it was gonna take us. The goal was like 3 months to build this whole project, but you know, 3 months, I don't know, whatever. We haven't worked on it full time for 3 months, so it is what it is. Can't wait to see how you work in the time-gated progression and loot boxes. Yeah, we'll work on that eventually. Loot boxes would be funny. Anyway, GPT gave me an answer on the spline thing. You guys got me distracted on the mouse game. Anyway, sorry, I'm super excited about the mouse game. Obviously, it's a big project. It's an exciting project. We'll probably almost definitely do a Kickstarter on it so we can actually fund development. I don't think I'll be hiring anyone to work on it, but I might have. Maybe we might do like a revenue split if I can find someone who I work well with. I have someone in mind right now who I've talked to about it, and we'll see. Does GPT image generator work for you today? It worked for me last night. I generated an image last night. Oh, you know what I should try? Here, let's do this. Hang on, let me hide stuff. Okay. We should ask it to generate a blueprint image. Do you guys think it can do it? Because I've seen it do some crazy stuff. Oh wait, I don't have, oh, create image right here. Duh. Can you generate a image of a blueprint setup? What should we do? What's something simple that it might actually be able to do? That cycles through that changes a mesh component's material to random materials every 2 seconds. Oh god. Let's see what it does. Are you guys working on an MCP for UE? What is MCP? Oh my god, of course there's an ad break right now. In case you guys can still hear me, they did just release a new image generator just a few days ago. It's oh, you know what? I didn't say anything about Unreal Engine in this. It should know that, but just because of, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Model context protocol, basically a way for LLMs to understand context and find available tools. Okay. That'd be cool. You can upload your own blueprint for improvements. Yeah, you can. I've sent screenshots before. Can you guys still hear me? Am I talking to myself? No, we have to wait 2 minutes. It's so stupid. I'm gonna, guys, I'm gonna take a 1 minute break. Oh, you can hear me? Well, yeah, you're subscribed though. Sorry, YouTube. Be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I'm a little late. Sorry, stupid ads. So I... It failed. Gave me this. Which, so event tick, set timer by function name. This is obviously not gonna work. Randomize material. Time, looping, 20, I don't know what this means. Custom event, randomize material, set material. I don't know what AAC stands for. Yeah, this didn't work. So then I asked, can you make it in UE5? Because I was like, maybe it's just because I said blueprint, it just gave me some random junk. And then it's like, oh, you want me to do something in UE5? And it's closer here, like it looks like UE5, kind of. But like, what is this? What is this? And then event tick's not even plugged into anything. Let's see if it can like look at the picture and then not exact copy paste of working blueprint. Let's see if it can reason itself into like doing it. So now it's told me how to actually do it, right? We're still like way off from like actually being able to do this, right? It would be cool though. Hey Phil, thank you so much. Literally a blueprint background. Yeah, at least the text is clear. I know, right? That's what everyone's been raving about, is how clear the text is and like how it can actually generate text now. And it's way better than Midjourney, because Jana was trying to do some PTA stuff. Apparently there's a PTA trend going on right now where they're like making all the PTA members into action figures, which is cool. But so I was like, you should just try Midjourney because I bet you'll get better like results. And we tried Midjourney and it was awful. It was way worse. So while I don't think that OpenAI or GPT is good at like making like beautiful artwork, it can definitely do like more. I don't know how to explain it. There's like Midjourney is great if you just want to like generate like concept art or like artwork or like things that are just like eye candy, right? That just look good. But we're already failing here because you can't plug anything into Begin Play. But like I think GPT seems to be really good at like this is a way off. Yeah, this is definitely not happening. But GPT seems to be good at things like making like flyers or promotional things or just anything that needs like text or whatever on it. It seems to work way better. Don't get me started on AI. Yeah, I've not been using AI at all to do anything professionally. I use GPT a lot to brainstorm for like building systems, just like how should I go about building the system, whatever, and then I'll like, should I try this or this, or I'll use it for like, I need some ideas for names for this character, or I need some ideas for this thing, and then I'll generate some things. And a lot of the time, like, it'll just start giving me ideas, and then my brain will like pick it up and run from there. But it's almost like it just works really well as like clearing the white canvas, you know? Yeah, this is way off, so it's change material, set timer by, sorry, I don't know, I took it off the screen. Change material as a custom event, sure, I guess. Interesting that it has a green wire. Set timer by function name, min. So now like, now when I ask it again, like, I don't know, I feel like if you went back and forth 100 times, maybe you eventually get a blueprint that worked, but like, it's just not, it's not ready for blueprints yet. It definitely looks way more like UE5 though. We're getting closer and closer. It's still not quite there, but it's closer. Oops. That's the way to use it as well. Yeah. Yep, agreed. I think if you're generating artwork and trying to sell it, or like trying to like make money off of it in a way that's like requires no effort from you. Oh shoot, I shouldn't have closed that because I needed to read what it said about the spline thing. But I think if you're trying to like sell it or pass off AI art as your own, or one of the things that's really frustrating me lately is Pinterest is just flooded with AI art now. And I love Pinterest for like inspiration for like drawing, or inspiration for modeling, or inspiration for like just anything that I'm doing like game dev related that I need like visual interest for or visual inspiration for. I like Pinterest for that because I just get to see a bunch of art immediately around the topic or whatever I'm looking at, and then I can save them all to boards, so I have like this huge like mood board of all the art that I think works really well. Like I have a whole mood board for the Mouse RPG or Mouse survival game, whatever you want to call it, and I have like hundreds of pictures in there that are like from Redwall, and from a bunch from Mouse Guard, and some from other things, and some are just art, you know, concept art people have made or whatever. The problem is that now, like when you're looking through there, like I just find all kinds of stuff that's like off the bat, I'm like, oh, that looks so cool. And then I click on it and then I'm like, oh, this is definitely AI generated. Like the hands all messed up, or like these lines don't go anywhere, or these meld into each other, or this thing in the background doesn't make any sense. Like, and it's so frustrating. Have you seen ArtStation? They have an opt-out button. If you don't check it, then all your art you post in a project, AI will learn from and copy. Yeah, I actually want to start posting my drawings on ArtStation. I don't know if you guys have been in the Discord, but I got so we won $5,000 for that game jam, and my plan was to buy a new tablet to upgrade this old dusty dinosaur graphics tablet I've been using for 10 years. And I decided, after doing a bunch of research and only having a limited budget that I wanted to spend on it, that I was actually going to spend more money than I wanted to. So I went out a little outside the budget and ended up buying an iPad Air, because I really wanted to try Procreate, and I really wanted to try a couple other, like Nomad Sculpt and a couple other like pay once, use forever apps, which would be great. And the biggest thing for me is that now that Jan is working more, she's been up here in the office a lot more, and then Quinn drives us nuts. So I've just been taking him downstairs, and we just put on, play a game or play toys or play with his toys or put on a movie or something. So when I'm stuck downstairs with him, I have nothing to do. And so I was like, if I have an iPad, I can just sculpt anywhere I want, whenever I want to. I can lay in bed and sculpt or whatever, so I don't have to be sitting at the computer the whole time away from everyone else. So I decided I wanted to go with more. I wanted more portability over functionality. So I bought an iPad and I bought Nomad Sculpt. It's good. It's okay. I don't know what it is. There's still something that's kind of like difficult for me to like really get into, and I think I just need to practice more, and I need to just put more time into it, to just keep making more stuff until I get more comfortable with it, because that's how it was with ZBrush when I started too, for sure. And now I'm like really comfortable in ZBrush, even though it's been like a year since I really used it. I still feel like super comfortable. And there is ZBrush for iPad, and it's a lot cheaper than it is on PC, but I feel like probably missing a lot of features that would make it worth it. So I might try that. I don't know. Anyway, but I've been doing a lot of painting in Procreate, because I absolutely love Procreate. There's something about it that just feels so fluid to use, and like it just seems like it makes art so much easier. So I've been doing a bunch of stuff and posting on the showcase channel in the Discord, and I'm thinking about putting those on ArtStation. But yeah, I think AI art for the sake of art is terrible. AI art for like concepting, I think it's fine. I mean, I feel bad that concept artists are getting kind of kicked to the curb, because that does suck, because you can just generate a bunch of concept art now. But I think any sort of production ready art, like AI is not ready for that yet. Like we use AI art to help generate the splash art or whatever for Swords and Magic, and then I went through and like doctored it all up and fixed it all up and like repainted a bunch of it, added like a treasure chest, drew a dragon in the background, put some fairies in, repainted the character's hair, made one of them change the skin color, painted new weapons on them, repainted like their clothes because they're all weird and like whatever, made one an elf, painted their ears on and everything. But basically what it gave me was like a composition though, right? Like I got the composition, which is what I was struggling with. Like drawing the whole thing from scratch was, and I can probably do it now with Procreate. I feel like I can do a lot more. And maybe it was just switching from a tablet with no screen to a tablet with a screen has helped me a lot. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like the Midjourney helped me like build that composition that I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to build. And then once I had that, then I could take it from there. So I probably could have just repainted the whole thing myself. I'm not super great with like environments, so maybe that would have been difficult. But yeah, I think it just helped with that. And that's like what I think it's good for. If you're gonna do any production art, like use it as a composition, then paint over it, like all the parts that are weird or whatever, or like customize it how you need to. But I don't think you should be using AI for like production stuff. Like I've seen a lot of people using AI to like generate an image, and then they put it into an AI like 3D model thing, and then they put it into some AI, rigging tool or whatever, and then they use AI to like generate code for their game. And I'm just like, this is like, you're not even making a game at this point. Someone else is making the game for you, and it's like, it's not going to turn out good. It's just not. Like we're not at that stage yet. I code in C# and Unity for my projects, and using ChatGPT has really shown me which parts of coding AI can automate and which parts decision making and code design should be a real person calling shots. See, that's interesting because I think in Unreal Engine, I've been using AI way more for, I guess, code design, more like architecture stuff. Like I've been using a lot of like, hey, I need to build I'm making a game and I have a bunch of weapons or whatever that this is how they work, whatever, and I need to customize them like this, whatever. Should I use data assets? Should I use a data library? Should I just structure them all with like blueprint, like parent-children, like hierarchy? Like how should I build this? And then it gives me a whole list of like pros and cons for everything, and like shows me like this is the way that you should do it, like for this, whatever. These are the pros, the cons, whatever. Like it, like that's how I like using GPT a lot. But and I think this is actually kind of a lifesaver for me, because I'm not typing code, so I'm not even tempted to ask it to type the code for me, right? I'm not tempted to ask it for code unless, and I have done this before, when I was doing some C++ stuff, I have asked it for code, and it honestly gave me garbage that I couldn't even use. And I was even using like 401 or whatever the reasoning one, and it still like wasn't usable, and I had to do it all by hand anyway. Not by hand, I went and found stuff online and like found the right like functions, stuff I need to use. And it was a very simple script, so it wasn't that complicated, but it still took me like an hour to try to get it to work with GPT, and then finally when I just Googled it, I found the answer much faster. So yeah, I would never use it to like actually make code for me, like write code. But I can see a use case in like C# or something, probably outside of Unreal Engine, probably, or maybe even like GML or something, like Game Maker language would be good, whatever. I could see its use case there. So maybe. But yeah, I don't, like, luckily it can't like generate blueprints. I can ask it like, hey, how can I make this in blueprints, whatever, and it gives me like an overview, and that's fine, because then I can use that overview and build it myself and like find the issues. And sometimes I can even like do this, like I can just take a screenshot of this and like post it in GPT and say like, why isn't this blueprint working? And it like analyzes the image and tells me like what's wrong, and it's gonna tell me like, oh, you don't have anything plugged into the source material, probably. Missing target for create dynamic material instance. Like I don't have a target. Yep, exactly. No source material selected. Nothing using dynamic material. Yeah. Fade timeline is not playing. The timeline code and fade in is shown as paused. What? I don't know what that's trying to tell me. Oh, right here. Well, I'm not even playing the game, so yeah, obviously it's paused. So like, but you have to know enough to like be able to read that, right? Because if I were brand new to Unreal Engine, I'd be like, oh, this is paused. How do I make this play? Like, and that's like a red herring. Like that's a goose chase. Like that's not an issue. It's gonna play when I hit play. But like I can diagnose things with this, and it does a pretty good job at it. It's not bad. It was already a pretty cruel industry. Nobody wants to admit it, but even before AI. Now some were using AI to multiply productivity, and others will. Feel free to guess yourself. Yeah. The art you've been putting on Discord has been amazing. I'm really interested to see future demos for your animal crafting game. Animal crafting game? The survival crafting game with the mice? It will not be 2D. So the art that, oh, you're talking about, you probably saw the art of the mice I was drawing. Yeah, that's honestly, that will not be the art style. I don't know how to, it'll all be 3D and sculpting, and it'll be third person. I was just playing. And I actually don't like the mouse images I made are like bad, I think. I don't like them. The first one was okay, the second one sucked. But thank you, Matt. Sorry, I'm my own worst critic. Our station is cool, so much of it looks like it's AI generated. Be sure to check that opt-out box though. I want to upload stick figure drawings and see what the AI does. Well, Phil, I think you have to remember that it's going through billions of images, right? So you'd have to upload literally like billions of stick figure drawings, but even then, like the AI is not going to train on your art specifically, and even if it does train on your art, I mean, it's not gonna like search out your art and train on it. But it's not like I don't know how to explain it. I think you have maybe a fundamental misunderstanding of how the AI is working, or maybe you were just simplifying it or making a joke. I don't know. But like, even if you did upload billions, let's say billions of stick figure drawings on your account on ArtStation, it's not like it's gonna skew Midjourney into like, well, now it's training on all this stick figures, so everything is starting to look like stick figures or whatever that everyone's generating. That's not how it's gonna work. It is taking specific things based on like tags, I assume, keywords, whatever, and it's using that information. So like, if you say, make me a photorealistic picture of a girl standing in the rain or something, it's not gonna be like, oh, here's a stick figure because I saw the bunch of stick figures from this one guy. Like, it's only gonna use the stick figures if someone says, hey, make me some stick figures. Then it'll be like, oh, I have the perfect training data for this. Here's some stick figures I've seen before. Let's make it look like this, right? I think it works more like that. And I'm like really dumbing it down, I'm sure, because I don't actually know how it works at the end of the day. But yeah, I don't think even if we all as artists decide to just start making like the worst art in the world, I don't think it's going to change anything at this point. I think it's already trained on billions and billions of images that like it's too late, right? Like, we didn't know this was happening, so we had no chance to like prevent this. That said, I don't know. I do think there's a lot of moral and like legal areas in AI art that like we need to like be looking at more. I think you should definitely be able to like opt out of having your work trained on if you want to. But yeah, it's a great tool to get something done quickly, but still needs a human to touch it up. Yeah, I think I've seen a lot. Have you guys heard of this vibe coding? And let me catch up on chat, and then we'll go off another tangent. Am I using C++? No, I've used it a little bit for certain things, but not much. We have a Kindred Games C++ library that I've just been grabbing stuff from. That we've been building up over time. I think Moz put a couple things in it, and then I put a couple functions in it. It's mostly just exposing things to blueprints, and most of it is actually just Steamworks stuff that we don't have. I'm sure there's like a blueprint asset marketplace asset I could just pick up that has like all the stuff built in. But I've never found one for opening a Steam page via the Steam overlay, and that's all I've ever needed really from Steamworks. I mean, well, I need a bunch of stuff, but you know what I mean. So yeah, that's the problem. So we have that's what I was talking about earlier, is I needed GPT to help me build that function. But AR still feels uncanny. I think with the current tools we'll reach a point where it feels indistinguishable. I think we're already pretty much there. I think Midjourney is pretty impressive, and there's a lot of art. I think it's kind of like 50-50, right? Depends on what you're asking for. If you're asking for something complicated, like you want some like a samurai holding a katana doing some slashing attack or something, I don't know. I think that the character pose will look indistinguishable from human. I think the like art style will mostly look indistinguishable. It'll just be like things like the sword or whatever. Like, understanding that kind of stuff is like still difficult for AI. But I think you're gonna have we're definitely at a point now where you can like generate like a character portrait from like their face or whatever, and I don't think anyone would be able to tell the difference unless you knew about AI, worked in AI, and you could like really zoom in on the art and like really dig into all the like the brushstrokes and stuff and like see them. So I don't know. I think we're pretty damn close. I think we're right on the cusp of being indistinguishable, and that's, I don't know. It's scary. I honestly think we're gonna run into like the Ouroboros effect, where AI art is gonna start training on itself and get worse. Or what's even worse or scarier to me is that I think what's gonna happen is you won't know the difference one day. And so like now if you like look on Google Images, right, you're just like I don't know, like peacock or something. Hang on. If I just pull up like images of a peacock, I guarantee some of this stuff in here is AI generated. Actually, you know what? A lot of these look like photos. I did this once a while back, and it was very obvious that a lot of these things in here were not AI. Maybe Google's done some work to prevent this. This one could be AI. You can. The thing about AI is that like while it's not really like, I wouldn't say it looks uncanny. Some of it does, but I would say some of it like is just obvious because of like the contrast. Like it does a really good job of like making sure like the composition has like the nice balance of contrast or whatever. And because of that, like it looks pretty obvious. I don't think any of these look like AI. This one maybe. I don't know. I did this once and I don't know what I looked up, but it was like 50% was like AI. Like you could just tell. But this, I don't know. I don't really see anything in here. This might be AI generated. Hang on, I'll click on it over here. It's hard to tell. It might be though. That one wouldn't surprise me. And you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe half of this is AI generated and I just can't tell. But it used to be really bad. I'm telling you, it used to be really bad. But like, I think that's what scares me is like if like my kids, like Quinn grows up and like needs to research or like wants to know what a picture of a koala looks like or something, and he just searches in Google and he'll find a koala and gets all these AI generated images of koalas riding bicycles and stuff like that. That's what scares me is like, how are we supposed to know what's real and what's not anymore? And how are kids supposed to like learn? Like if we want to use the internet as a tool, how are we supposed to know if this is a photo of a koala like actually doing something a koala can do, or if this is just AI generated? Because we have so many. And by the time he's, 10 years old, looking up koalas online or something, like there's going to be billions and billions and billions of more images on, well, trillions of images of like AI generated images online. Challenge accepted for the stick figure. I use cursor with UE5, C++, works okay-ish, but basically validate the logic with a bunch of unit tests. Yeah. If you're using BP, then the AI currently can only provide code design suggestions or vague decision making. Yeah, which I love. Honestly, I like that, Sky. I don't really want AI to take over my job, right? It was a joke, but you explained it was pure gold. Yeah, okay. I mean, I had a feeling it was either a joke or just a total misunderstanding of how AI works. Because, like, you don't know. Like, some people really do not understand it at all. Like, I've literally talked to people who think that AI is, like, an actual, like, they truly think that there's, like, a robot at a computer somewhere on the other end typing to them. Like, and they think that robot is, like, a human. Like it has, like, emotions and feelings. And they do not see the difference between, like, a large language model and, like, a robot. Helps people already understanding code, but it could be detrimental for people who have no understanding of coding and hope to bypass coding completely with AI. Yeah, I think a lot of people are doing that right now. The AI generated code usually only contains a few minor problems, but if you use it, then most of the time it won't work. Yeah, if you just use it. Yeah, I think so during like COVID, there was a kind of a crash in the market, right? And then there's a big boom in like the housing market afterward, where houses went like crazy expensive. And so everyone and their dog was out building houses. But because of that, because so many people were building houses, they were like cutting a ton of corners because a lot of people didn't know what they were doing, and they were like, or hiring people like to churn them out really fast because the market was high, so they wanted to sell them high. And so like a lot of the houses that were built in like the last like 5 years, like 2020 to like 2023, 2024, maybe even now, I don't even know, are like really, really poorly built. Like that's like a whole thing. Like any houses built between that time is like kind of scary. Like I probably would not buy a house that was built within that time. I'd rather buy an older house because like it's probably gonna be built better. And so I think what's gonna happen is like we're gonna run into the same thing with apps, like apps and like websites and any other like software and stuff. Anything that was like built during this big AI boom by a bunch of like tech bros who have never typed code before in their life and they just picked up GPT and started writing apps are going to be kind of scary. Like I'm thinking that like internet security is going to be a big problem in the next few years for a lot of these apps and stuff. And I think we're going to see a lot of issues like that. Could be weighted by thumbs. Hold on. Be weighted by thumbs up or even manually tagged by cheaply hired human taggers. Yeah. The training, I mean, yes. Yes, also done a bit of vibe coding, created a React project, worked great for that. In UE5 it doesn't work as well. Yeah, so the vibe coding thing is kind of wild to me, but I feel so vibe coding to me sounds just like prompt engineering for like AI art, right? Like it's the same thing. So in AI art, you would just type in and say, I want a picture of a girl in a cyberpunk theme or something, and then it like makes a picture, and then you're like, okay, but I want them to have blonde hair. So now you rewrite the prompt again and say with blonde hair, and then you're like, okay, well, I don't like how the hair. So with a blonde mohawk, okay, I got it. Okay, but I want them in a yellowish coat. So you just like keep adding onto it and keep getting more and more specific and keep like redesigning your prompt and like honing it in until you get exactly what you want. And maybe you'll never get exactly what you want, but you get close enough. And vibe coding is the exact same, right? You're just doing the same thing with like, I want a space sim or a game where you fly a spaceship, right? And it's like, okay, I want to be able to shoot lasers. Okay, now I want to be able to like press spacebar to do like a thruster boost or whatever. Like it's the same thing. Yeah, that's vibe coding, just writing prompts. Exactly. But like the thing about it is like, yes, at the end of the day, you're gonna get a cool image in AI, and that's why it's like the exact same thing to me. But usually the people doing this are not trained artists. They don't know what they're looking for. Like they're just winging it. They're vibing, right? And they're looking for a cool image, and then they get a cool image. So if that's you as like a programmer, you're not a programmer. You're just looking for a result that works. You know, then that's fine. Do it. You know. But if you're turning around to try to sell this thing to like make money or make a product to sell, like if you're coding something that like you're trying to make like a batch file or something for your computer to, you know, clean up your desktop or something, I don't know, like sure, vibe code, go for it, see what happens, you know, to try it out. But like if you're trying to build like software, like say you're building a social media app, that's not the place to vibe code, right? Like you're building a product that you don't even know how, like you don't even know how it works on the back end. So one, security issues for sure are going to be huge. And two, that thing's probably going to fall apart, right? It's probably not going to work. And like, I don't know, it just scares me. Cybersecurity, job security. Yeah, my brother was actually starting looking into that because cybersecurity is going to get crazy in the next few years. I think that AI will eventually also take over not social security, job security, or oh my god, cybersecurity too. Eventually, I think it depends. If we keep going how it seems like we've been going, and we actually do get to the point where AI is like, you know, practically like, you know, superhuman or super intelligence, then yeah, of course, like we'll have AI that just like handles cybersecurity and all that stuff. But kind of hope that doesn't happen. You still need engineering practices for a larger application. Yes. For example, now I use vibe coding in UE5 to implement pathfinding. Now I used vibe coding in UE5 to implement pathfinding and line of sight calculations, basically create a bunch of unit tests, but the implementation is not written by me. I think that kind of stuff's fine, right? I think if you do it for like smaller chunks of code, then it's probably fine. Anyway. We are way in the weeds now. That's okay. Okay, so here's let's see, GPT's suggestion for the spline implementation thing. So we're gonna use AI right now as this is our use case scenario. For dotted line path reveal, like you describing seeking adventure, here's a quick breakdown of your options. Best options. Best approach, material fade plus spline mesh control. Use a material parameter for the fade. Create a scalar parameter in your dotted line material. Use this to mask out the dotted line based on UVs or world position. Animate reveal amount from 0 to 1 to looping timeline. So this is exactly what I said. We would loop through each spline, trigger the 0 to 1 reveal amount, and then loop to the next one. Or yeah, so you'd have a timeline that you would loop. I mean, you wouldn't want an actual looping timeline because then you'd be doing it forever. You'd want, or maybe you can break a loop, I don't know. Feed spline length to the material. Your mesh is repeating, like tiling dotted line or dotted texture. Use world position along spline or UV distance to control where to fade in. I don't think that's how we want to do it, because each piece of the material, each piece of the spline is a new chunk of material, like it's a new collision. I think we can choose show collisions. No. Show collisions? No, it doesn't show collisions. But yeah, there's like a tile, like a square here that's being like blended together. So I don't think we can do world position for that, because it's each one of these meshes is a separate UV space. I'm kind of thinking we just add the spline materials. I feel like that would be easier. Animate dots one by one. If you wanted that dot by dot reveal, loop over spline mesh segments and spawn or show them one at a time. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. More gamey and stylized, but more manual than a shader-based approach. Yeah, but I kind of like it. I think we're gonna do that. I don't know how AI would have super intelligence when we don't have the training data for it to learn how to be super intelligent. Maybe it's my dumb brain, but statistically formulas used to train AI doesn't seem to support that either. So basically, I think how it needs to work, or how it would work, is AI would. Okay, so here's how this works, right? Have you ever seen the first time I ever saw this, like, let's see, YouTube. This video. This is a fantastic video that explains how this works, I think. Basically, to get AI to be superhuman, you would need, it's not superhuman, super intelligent, you would need machine learning. So for example, these guys have, like, this has never learned, like these AIs have never like trained on how the game tag works, right? They're not watching a bunch of videos, people playing tag. Like, you guys ever seen the like the extreme tag sports where they're like, it's like a whole bunch of bars and like a whole playground looking thing, and they just like dive through it and stuff. It's nuts. These AI have not like trained on that, right? They don't know how that works, right? So, but what happens here is they're given very simple instructions, like, hey, you need to tag the other person or whatever. I don't know how their game wins or works, whatever. Yeah, it looks like blue needs to tag orange. So orange's rule is don't get tagged. Blue's rule is tag orange. And then it just randomly does stuff, right? It's given abilities like you can move in a direction and you can jump, right? And that's it. And then it just does that randomly over and over again until something happens, till they finally hit each other. And then it's like, oh, we hit each other. Whatever I just did, that worked. And then you train on that 100 more times, and it's like it tries the same thing it just did, but makes slight changes until one of those changes works and better. And then it's like, okay, whatever I just did that time worked better. And then it does it again, like trains off that data like over itself, and then like tries it 100 more things where it changes like variations or whatever until one of those things works better. It's sort of like evolving over time, right? So eventually it finds the most optimal way to tag orange, and then orange is also attempting every single time to find that most optimal way to avoid being tagged for as long as possible. And then you use cookies or rewards or treats or whatever you call them to reward the, like, orange is getting rewarded right now for every second he stays alive. Blue is getting rewarded one big reward when he hits orange, right? So how super intelligence is going to come from AI is essentially this, right? It's going to do something like, hey, I want you to cure cancer or something. Maybe that's not like orange just broke the game because it found a way to escape. So now it will win infinitely. Like now we have to like change the rules, whatever. And this is exactly why super intelligence with AI is horrifying. Because if you tell AI, hey, listen, your job is to make coffee, and every single time it makes coffee, it gets a reward or whatever. And then you like set it loose to make like the best coffee it possibly can. It will find ways to make sure it can always make coffee. And if that means that if it knows that the manager can come in and unplug it or turn it off at the end of the day, and then it doesn't get rewards anymore, it's going to do whatever it can to get not turned off. So it might talk to the manager and convince him not to turn it off, or it might, like, I don't know, murder the manager in his sleep. Like, what is this music? We need to skip this music for this chalk. But that's how it would become super intelligent, right? It would eventually just keep training and keep practicing over and over and over again until it kept figuring things out. So if you asked it to like solve a math problem, right, it would just keep trying until it found the solution. Now the question is, how do you know it found the solution? I don't know. That's a good question. That's bigger brains than me. I don't know, because I'm sure if you like asked an AI like, okay, I want you to like keep trying to cure cancer, it would need to like be able to simulate different cancers and things like that and like try to figure that out, right? And that would be a whole another thing that's way over my head. But that's how it would eventually do it, is like you would basically just simulate the attempts over and over and over again until it finally succeeded. And I guess in curing cancer, it's pretty easy. Like when the cancer cells are gone, then you've done it, right? So it would just keep attempting that over and over again. And I'm sure we have some of this going on right now. I'm sure there's a bunch of scientists like training on this kind of stuff right now, like trying to get AI to figure this out. Maybe. I think the biggest problem right now is like trying to simulate that kind of stuff in a realistic environment that actually makes sense. I think of it as AI replacing coders, code monkeys who write what they're told, but not engineers who do the telling. Yeah, that's probably going to be the case, yeah. It's okay to think AI is using statistical formulas, but it really is not the same as traditional statistical analysis either, just between a human brain and traditional statistics. The current AI is still slightly closer to the latter. Of course, when I talk about AGI, I am thinking of a new architecture. I had that in my local disk already, but I don't have enough VRAM to run even a tiny version of it. Really, if you look at the human brain closely, you need serious neural science knowledge. You could say humans are just doing statistical learning as well. Anyway, I should stop talking about AI, otherwise another Twitch channel might ban me for that. What? I will not ban you, Sky. I think there's a lot of people get really heated about using AI and like when it comes to like stealing people's work and stealing people's jobs. We're not talking about that. And I mean, even if we were, I think we've already covered that no one wants that. I think we're all good. Anyway, this video is fantastic here, if you want to watch it. There's another one that I've actually... Sorry, my voice is going out. There's another one I watched that's better than this, that I watched a long time ago, where it was actually like a 3D environment. You had two like spheres, I think, and they were just trying to like move toward each other. And they had like rooms and stuff like that. And one of the characters like learned to like they could push a block and like block the door, so, and then hold the door so the other character couldn't get in. And then there's a whole thing about Tetris too. Like they had used machine learning to teach an AI to play Tetris, and it got to the point where it got really, really good, but then it learned that it could pause the game. So it learned to pause the game, and so instead of playing the game, it would just pause the game, because pausing the game meant that you didn't lose. You could literally not lose if you paused the game. So it would just, every single time they tried running it, it would just pause the game. So they eventually had to tell it you couldn't pause the game or whatever and move on from there. But that's the scary thing, right? AI will find a way to break out of the formula or the rule set you tried to give it in order to accomplish its task more successfully. And that's where all of the like super intelligence AGI like fear comes from, I think, is because the best way to serve humans is to put us in glass cages and, you know, like put us to sleep and then feed us through a test tube, or not a test tube, feed us through a tube, because then we can't hurt ourselves, we can't start wars, we can't do anything like that if we're just unconscious. So that's like something like that is like the ideal way to protect humans, right? And so you have to be very, very careful when you give this like AGI like instructions on how to like on doing something, because the best way is probably not. It's like the genie lamp, right? Like you don't want to wish for something and then you end up it backfiring. So good afternoon, Summon. Hello, welcome in. Yeah, I got banned by a Twitch channel I subscribed constantly for a few years. You know what channel? I don't know what channel, Sky. I honestly don't know what you're talking about. You should message me what channel it is. Maybe I do know what channel, maybe I just forgotten. After they banned me, I stopped my AGI experiment and focused on my game dev. The problem with a lot of AI is that humans are the ones guiding it. Yeah, I think the best way to handle like AGI kind of stuff is like small small AI, like don't try to make, we don't need a superhuman AI or AGI or whatever that with AGI that like has, or ASI I guess. We don't need one AI that rules everything, right? We don't need one giant computer that can do everything. Like we need like one AI that is like really good at like politics or something, right? Like really good, or like really good at economy, not necessarily politics. We wouldn't need it. We need politics. And then that AI would handle like shaping our entire economy, right? And that's all it would do. So its goal would just be like to build a good economy. And then as long as we built like small scale AIs that do, or like it'd be large scale, but like smaller AI thing that are focusing on one little thing at a time, yeah, maybe they'll learn to communicate or whatever. And then it's just easier to kill humans than to do their jobs. But ideally, the idea is like that AI that's trying to do economy can't do its job if humans don't exist to run in the to establish to build the economy, to run the economy, right? So it can't. So it obviously doesn't want to kill humans, you know, unless the AI is like, well, wait, hold on. If we just run the economy with AI, then like we'll just simulate AI or whatever. Then the economy is even better because they'll do exactly what we tell them to do. Who knows? Presidents, for example. Deep thought, rather. I don't know. Anyway, guys, it is, let's see, what we're about 3.5 hours in. It's almost 2 o'clock. I'm hungry for lunch, and I think it's time to head out. And I think I had a successful birthday stream. It was fun, and I thank you guys for coming in. Should we go raid someone? I don't know if I want to today. Let's just go raid Crimson. He's live. He's an easy raid. I don't ever feel like super obligated to like stick around and talk. So I usually want to. 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. 3.5 hours of Child's Play. I used to do that. I don't know if you remember when I first started. That's when I was streaming. I'd start streaming at like 10 p.m. and end at like 4 a.m., 4 or 5 a.m. And I did that like 5 days a week. I don't have the energy to do that anymore. But it's also my birthday, and I feel like I want to go spend some time with family and do other fun stuff rather than just sit here with internet people, you know? You guys aren't even real people, you're just AI. Just AI programmed to entertain me, make me feel good about myself, so. You're welcome for the stream, Sky. Message me the channel you got banned from, I'm really curious. I need to know. I probably know, and it'll probably all come rushing back to me as soon as you tell me, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I remember that, but. Anyway, you guys are awesome. You told me through DM. Oh, I need to check my Steam DMs. I never check them. Got it. Oh, I did not know that. I guess I don't know about that. Interesting. Maybe you'll have to give me all the dirt on that because I don't know. Anyway, you guys are awesome. I will see you guys on Tuesday. I'll be back and we'll probably work on Seeking Adventure again. We need to get this game finished, so we're probably gonna be, maybe we'll just start cooking on doing some level design here soon. Once we get a couple more of these features out of the way, we'll just start burning through levels and knocking stuff out. I'm gonna try to get my iPad set up so we can I can do art stuff through that when we need to. That'll be fun and not at all nerve-wracking. Anyway, thanks guys. See you next time. Bye.